Okay, after dropping below the 30,000 US dollar mark, Bitcoin bouncing back, jumping more than 8%, with Ether and Dogecoin also moving into the green. For more on the latest developments in the crypto space, let's bring in Paul Holland, Chief Operations Officer with SyncDAO. Paul, thanks so much for your time. Really appreciate it. Thanks for joining us.
No worries. Great to be here.
So comments by Elon Musk have lifted Bitcoin's value, at least his comments have been attributed to what we have seen take place. We know that earlier in the week, Bitcoin falling below that 30,000 US dollar mark for the first time in about a month. What do you make of Bitcoin's price climbing?
Look, I think we've been sort of the last couple of months really in a sideways movement, and we've sort of been up and down. We did dip below that $30,000 mark briefly. But I think we're just seeing overall sentiment still pretty bullish in the market, even though we have been down. I've been having a lot of conversations with people, and there's still a lot of positive sentiment out there in the market.
Why do you think that's the case? Why are people so positive?
I think awareness of crypto is just growing all the time. More and more money is coming into the space, and there's a lot of venture capital flowing in, a lot of big projects that are building really well. And it's sort of hard to imagine that with the amount of money that is flowing into the space, that the market can, continue going down. People just see the growth in projects, the growth in users, both across centralized and decentralized platforms. And I think that just generally holds sentiment up.
Yeah, okay. Elon Musk says Tesla is likely to resume accepting Bitcoin as payment after some due diligence. Previously, of course, he cited concerns about the environmental impact of Bitcoin mining. What do you make of those environmental concerns and what's being done to address them?
There's really two sides to the environmental thing. It's not something I'm really across in great detail. Certainly, Bitcoin mining, crypto mining does use a bunch of electricity, but there's a lot of miners out there that are, using sustainable energy and renewable energy to get that. Elon, coming back to taking Bitcoin doesn't really surprise me. It was a good move when he did it. They moved a significant amount of money on their balance sheet, but it's smart to be buying Bitcoin. It's smart no matter what the market conditions are to just be continually buying into the market because, we're long-term bullish. Most people are long-term bullish on Bitcoin. They see it going well beyond the $60,000 highs that we've seen. So, when the price is down like this, it's always a good strategy just to be buying. So, that doesn't surprise me at all.
Okay, that leads to my next question. What is the best time to buy Bitcoin? It sounds like right now. There's no time better than the present.
Yeah, well, the best time would have been 2010, but we're beyond that. Yes. So, at SyncDAO, we're building a product that allows you to just be continually buying Bitcoin with the interest you're earning on your digital dollars. We think that continually buying and continually dollar cost averaging into Bitcoin or Ethereum or other assets is a really smart strategy, and that's the sort of technology we're working on. We can have be earning yields on stable coins in the crypto space, but have those yields paid out to you in a volatile currency like Bitcoin or Ethereum. So you are just always accumulating more. So as we see, the next bull run in the market, you are sitting on more Bitcoin than you are today.
Yeah, okay. What's your strategy then for getting through what can often be, quite turbulent market conditions?
I believe, you should hold. The crypto market's just getting started. We're really still in the infancy. We're 10, 11 years into it, but the majority of people still actually, don't even know about Bitcoin. So we really are in the infancy. So, the strategy, I believe, is just to always be buying, just continuously chipping away, increasing your holdings throughout the market, throughout all market conditions.
Okay, and what's your advice to people who are actually looking to get involved, who are looking to get into the crypto space and invest for the first time? How can they go about doing that?
I think it's a great idea. I think you should be getting involved. I think you should be cautious about where you get your advice and who you look to for advice. There's certainly some scams and things out there. So look for reputable organizations. In the US, you have big exchanges like Coinbase, in Australia, CoinSpot, FTX is another really big exchange where you can actually be setting up accounts much as you would with a bank and be buying buying crypto there. And start with a little bit. A lot of people don't even realize that you don't need to buy a whole Bitcoin. So just start chipping away with what you can and start accumulating.
Okay, Paul, great chatting with you. Any other developments in the crypto space you'd like to share with us before we go?
Just DeFi is a space to be watching. If you're not sort of watching the decentralized finance space, then I highly suggest you do. Decentralized finance is where tools are being created that allow us to do, what were once complex financial transactions that we needed banks and brokers for, but we can now do those things ourselves. Things like lending and borrowing, earning yields on our savings that, are way better than what we're getting in the traditional banking system. So DeFi is certainly where I would have my attention.
Okay, Paul Holland, really appreciate you joining us here on Ticker News. Great chatting with you. Look forward to having you back on again sometime soon.
Great. Thanks for having me.